Schmigadoon, an original series from Apple TV+.
We're in an actual musical.
Please, God, no.
Starring Keegan-Michael Key and Cecily Strong.
We're stuck here forever.
We found our way out of IKEA. We'll find a way out of here.
Watch Schmigadoon on Apple TV+.
You can go anywhere for a basic cup of coffee. Or you could go to 7-Eleven. With mix-ins, creamers, syrups, and toppings, there's over 3,000 ways to brew your perfect cup. 7-Eleven. Take it to 11.
I'm Dan Soder.
And I'm Big J. Okerson, and welcome to the Bonfire Podcast. You can hear our full show every day on SiriusXM.
Go to SiriusXM.com/bonfire for a special offer.
And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Okerson and Dan Soder.
Welcome back to The Bonfire. I'm Dan Soder. That's Big J. Okerson. Joining us, he's got a new Showtime special, Tall, Dark, and Pleasant, streaming now on demand and the Showtime app. It's Pete Lee.
Hey guys, it's so good to see you again.
What's up, Pete?
buddy?
How you doing?
Yeah, I like that you guys are together on the couch. Like, does one of you have to do you have to like go on the subway in New York to get to each other, or do you live together now? What's happening?
I sleep in a hideaway bed.
We live on this couch.
Yeah, I'm in house.
We watch TV when the show's over till the next show.
Yeah, we go up in our
like
clubhouse. We tell our
snuggle.
secrets.
Yeah. There's secret time. I love that. There's a Murphy bed involved, like on the show Charles in Charge, for people who are my age.
If I'm lucky, Jay will read me a story before I go to bed.
Oh, hell yeah.
Usually
Something from scary stories to tell in the dark?
That's only if I'm feeling sassy. Most of the time, it's old radio wars from the 40s.
Oh, my God. I love that.
He goes, and then
Jay, do you remember?
WCBS. What were you going to say, Pete?
WCBS. Jay, do you remember the first time that we ever met? It was in an APCA conference, and then we wound up getting really stoned. APCA, for the listeners, is like what a NACA college conference is, but like just not as good at all. So
it's for comics to go do sets and then get colleges to hire you to come perform at their school, right?
Yeah.
But is it like second grade schools? So you get like work schools? Like
it is.
It's
it's community colleges, I think is what it was, almost.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's colleges that had like $1,500 and below. And so Big J and I were there with Mike Vecchione. And I want to tell two stories from that. Number one, they basically do the show. Like you do the show and then you do well or you don't do well. And then afterwards, they have like an auction for you where they call out your name and then the schools that want you raise their hands.
Yeah.
And Big J and I got a couple schools. And,
I got one and they canceled a week later. But the best is coming up, though, for sure.
Yeah, we all made the mistake because we didn't know that we shouldn't go to the auction. Like it makes you feel bad. Oh my God,
it's like going to the comment section on a YouTube video.
Well, we were there. Were you there with Allie also?
I wasn't. I was there with the college agency before I was with our now guy Justin at CA. But
okay, so Allie Breen. So me and Mike were there with her. I may have told us on the show actually before, but we were there with Allie Breen, who's a comedian. But at the time, she was trying out like management or stuff, like being an agent of some sort, a college agent. So she submitted me and Mike Vecchione. I was like, sure, if you think it'll get us somewhere. And she got us this thing. Mike Vecchione had a couple of mistakes happen with him. He did the early show, didn't go to the after early show auction at all. He went to the one that was for the show I did, and I think Pete did also. And so we go into this room and they're it's oh, God damn, I'm trying to remember, like everything was clean, but Allie just didn't know anything. So when we did our sets, she goes, "Come on, we have to go in here for the thing." But it's just supposed to be the agents or whatever. It's not, and the school people.
Is it like old school Wall Street where like it's all the agents and then a college being like buy?
I wish.
It's sort of it is the hand raise, but what it is, it's just like a screen in the front of the room, and they just go individually down the acts. And what me, Pete, and Mike all had to sit through was, I mean, when they said Steve, I don't know anything, I'm even taking a dig at him. I don't even know him at all. They said Steve Hofstetter, and I mean, this guy probably made money for the next 3 years of rent in that fucking room that day. So just so you know where the gauge of the room is.
Yeah.
Steve Hofstetter made a fortune in that room.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, this guy will do great.
And I remember I was the one that hosted our showcase. So I brought up you and I brought up Steve Hofstetter. And I remember his intro was, you've seen him in Sports Illustrated. That was the credit. And I remember just like giggling when he gave it to me. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Sports Illustrated, but we were already in the internet era post magazines.
You guys might have seen this in the Who's Who of colleges in 1988. Dude, that is so funny.
You recognize this guy from a brochure for braces at your dentist office.
TV Guide had a little blurb about him in 1997.
Yeah, when I actually did those APCAs, those colleges afterwards, he would hand out these like stickers and magnets and business cards, and so every single school that I would go to, like in like somewhere on campus, I would see a Steve Hofstetter business card just littered somewhere.
Guys, all like business.
If you were trying to track him. If you were tracking him, you would pick that card up and you go, he was here recently.
He's moving north.
It's still warm. He's moving through the northeastern schools.
He's getting the taste to kill again.
Yeah, he will. he will unleash.
Oregon State University next weekend.
He will unleash on a heckler. Watch him destroy.
Oh yeah, that was the thing, right? All his videos were like Steve Hofstetter murders heckler, and then it's just like it's posted by him, and it's just like, hey, why don't you shut up? I don't come know where you work and slap the old cocks out of your mouth, and like, damn,
the world's on fire.
Yeah, it was always, what was it? It was comedian destroys heckler. Comedian destroys heckler. And I've actually had friends say to me, they're like, why don't you post comedian destroys heckler type videos? And I'm like, because that's like my nightmare. I never want to hurt anybody's feelings. Like,
how about Dan, comedian reasonably talks down audience member and gets him back into the show? Gets him back into bits.
So
that's
they
what
don't
I try to
throw
do.
a shot glass at me like they did in Des Moines that one time. Like, you know
Oh,
how many
really?
times I've had guys try to fight me after the show, and I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. I actually was a kickboxing champion. Like, I could probably hurt a dude, and I don't want to do that. Like, nobody wants to fight because you did stand-up comedy.
No, also,
dude, you should be holding Buddha beads while you say this. I never want to hurt a man.
Yeah,
that's not what the martial arts are for.
Dude, the best part would be getting fucking roundhouse to the side of the head, getting knocked out with a Wisconsin accent, going, I told him not to punch me.
Oh, my God. In college, I got into a fight, and then I took the guy's Nokia bar phone, and I called 911 just to make sure that an ambulance came because I kind of did some damage. But I literally I hurt him, and then I called 911 for him, and I stayed with him.
That's the biggest own. You're holding the guy's hand, and you're giving him comfort.
We've had UFC fighters on here with less of a badass background story, Pete. I didn't see any of this coming at all.
Yeah, we had guys with cauliflower here just go like, I don't know, I was into wrestling.
Then I escaped the French Foreign Legion, and I started doing some underground fights for money.
You know what's pretty crazy? When you go overseas, the Yakuza will leave you alone out of certain areas.
If you kill 3 members, they will not come for revenge.
So there I am, downtown San Francisco. I got the triads on one side. I got the Yakuza on the other. And they say...
And you know me... You know, Pete Lee, I don't want to hurt anybody.
So as I say to them in plain street Cantonese, I say...
in my best broken Cantonese.
I shoot a little Spanish Mandarin out, a little kitchen Mandarin, and I get them going. That's what I realized. Dude, it's so badass.
And then you go, there's the stories where you go, well, what the fuck happened, Pete? And you go... Well, I'm sitting here, right?
Yeah.
You never tell the exact story. He goes, I don't want to get into all that, but I mean,
you don't see any scars. You don't see any scars, do you? With that guy, when you call his phone, I'm trying to remember flip phones. You didn't have to only unlock it. You had to hit like the star key and then 1, right?
Yeah, you had to hold down the star key and then, or I think you pressed star key and then you held down the 1, which I had the same phone, so that's why I was able to do that. But I didn't
funny.
Like I didn't. It was it was that time period in life where like if you had like my friends would be like, why don't you have your phone on me? And I'd be like, my jeans are tight. I can't I can't put a Nokia bar phone in the pocket and try to pick up chicks.
Yeah, this is pre-Razor. This is when it just slide into your pocket.
This is pre-Razor, which by just a sidebar, I want to. I don't know if I should apologize or be really proud of it, but Jay, when you had that thing where that guy like tackled you on stage, I remember I put in the comments that he only was able to tackle you because you were wearing an Eagles jersey, so it made it easier for you to be tackled.
He wasn't wrong on that. Yeah. No, that's the thing that I was pulled off stage. That's not getting pushed. That's Lewis is running behind me, jumping off stage.
Okay.
To help attack this guy who was, I think, trying to murder me. I don't know.
We only know him now as the Royersford Bandit.
The Royersford Bandit, yeah.
Came and grabbed Jay's. He grabbed Jay's ankles and pulled him down to the ground. To hell.
I wonder if he
pulled him to hell.
I wonder if he had no legal trouble. We didn't go to Zoom court. We forgot.
Oh man, yeah. So he kind of got away with it. Hopefully,
maybe, yeah.
Man, dude, I hope he's walking the streets.
I mean, he was giving out his card freely in Royersford, Pennsylvania, as his business card, saying that he was a manager for OnlyFans girls.
Oh, so I thought you were making a joke like he was Steve Hofstetter and he was giving away.
Oh no! Yeah, everybody went home with a sticker.
Yeah. Wait, so he was giving away a business card like with his name and everything. Is that how you caught who he was?
No. We caught who he was because we fucking trounced on top of him and fucking stopped him from going anywhere, and then the cops eventually came. So it was all dealt with that. He got arrested that night, but I'm sure they let him out that night. Pennsylvania cops suck nuts.
Well, yeah, and then there's usually like $0 COVID or $0 bail within COVID right now. Yeah. Like that's a thing. Like I have a stalker right now, and
cool. Well, if they're listening, thanks for checking out the bonfire.
Are they gonna have to fucking catch those hands?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, right.
Also, what a great way to get a stalker off your back is just by telling all the dangerous shit you've done to people.
Is it a girl? Exactly. Is it a girl?
No, I wish. It's a dude. He's got like school shooter hair, and I have a restraining order against him, and then I also have a criminal protection order. That literally, like, I didn't even have to file for the criminal protection order because this guy's done so much gnarly stuff around the LA area. And he went to jail for threatening to kill me. Got released almost right away. But he, the DA of Los Angeles, like the same one that like prosecuted OJ, is like, we have a larger case against this person for all the things that he's done. So
you're gonna get him on RICO charges.
Yeah, on RICO. Yeah,
you're gonna take him down like Capone. You go, dude.
Yeah.
What if I told you we didn't look at his taxes? His taxes are a problem.
Follow the paper. Follow the paper trail.
Follow the money. Follow the money. This thing goes all the way up to City Hall.
Yeah, so we're going to City Hall. It's funny. We actually did go to City Hall. Like I had to hire a lawyer, and he hired this. He used to brag about.
You stood in a courtroom. You stood in a courtroom across from this guy.
Stood at a courtroom. I testified for an hour and a half because I had 138 pieces of video evidence. Because this kid was such an idiot. Like anytime he was stalking me or harassing me that I didn't catch it on my house's video cameras, he would post himself stalking me on his Instagram.
Wait,
what's his thing?
Would he come to your house?
What does he know? But start at the beginning though. What does he know you from? That he's like coming. That he's coming like that. He's became like obsessed with just like stand up.
Well, so if you just look at his court records, he previously stalked women only, and then I moved into his neighborhood, and he was a fan of my stand-up comedy, and then he saw me and was like, "This is amazing. I'm moving on to my first man." I'm like, I have 2 girlfriends that are now lesbians, and then now I have a stalker that previously only stalked women, and now he's transitioned to me. So I feel like I'm a good transition man. Like I'm like. I'm soft enough seeming that
you're
that's
the
what I
That's
am.
the problem. Why have you not let any of these people? Why have you not unleashed the demon forces of Taekwondo on these people?
Yeah, dude, show them your tiger style.
Yeah, right. Well, that's one of the problems is that in the past, the people that he's attacked in my neighborhood, like one of their boyfriends or, a husband or a young, like one of their, like he attacked an 85-year-old woman, and the son came and like roughed this kid up. But then he has legal leverage because he's like, hey, your son came and attacked me, and now I could ruin your son's life if you don't settle with me. So his family got them to sign these legal documents saying that like they're basically handcuffed and they can't do anything. Well, his dad came to me.
He's like, I'm allowed to come lick your family while you eat dinner.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it.
Guess what?
Literally,
Is that how the law works out there?
He goes, I'm watching you sleep every night. Like,
every night.
We'll sign a contract. Just don't press charges on my boy.
Dude, it was crazy. He would bang on my bedroom window to wake me up at like 6 a.m. Because crazy people, they're morning people. Like they wake up and they're like, time to be crazy.
That's very funny. They wake up.
You're not wrong about that.
They wake up like children. They wake up.
They
and
really
like,
do.
So much stuff to do.
How many
So
times?
much stuff to do.
Going into a Starbucks early morning on the road before you go on the press or something, and you see like, man, you guys up and at 'em. I'm up now because I gotta be for work.
So he would bang on your window and wake you up.
He'd bang on my window, and every single morning for a while he'd go, I'm gonna kill you. Like that's how I woke up. And so like everybody was like, oh my god, COVID is so hard. Like I'm bored and lonely. And then like I was like had this guy that was like, I want to kill you. And I have a joke about it in my act where I'm like, he says it every morning. He's never killed me. Like typical man making plans, not keeping them. You know, like I've at least started a joke about it. But I'm also like now I'm like a Democrat who's a gun owner because here's what the police do when they come to your house over 30 times. You start to become friends with them and they'll be like, hey man, so we're done here. We're done, right? And then they'll press the little body cam button and it'll go from green to red. And they're like, dude, you got to get a gun. He's going to come in and try to kill you and you need to be able to kill him. And like, and I'll be like, well, what kind of gun should I get? I don't know about guns. And so like the police literally like wrote down the kind of gun I should get. And so I went and I got it. And now
you're just waiting to kill him?
Jesus Christ.
Honestly, because he's still here because he's on house arrest. I have a magnet mounted underneath my nightstand, a magnet mounted 6 hour P226. So like if people watch my special, like Tall, Dark and Pleasant, like I'm like, oh, I'm Pete and I hate conflict. And I really hate conflict. I really hate it.
You can end them real fast with that piece of equipment right there.
But I also have a magnet mounted 6 hour P226 because he said he's going to kill me and I believe him. And so so maybe this is my last interview. I don't know.
Damn, has it ramped up recently? Like, has it gotten really worse recently, or is it like? Does it stay consistent?
It's gotten much better because now a judge has ordered him that he can only leave his house once a day to take out the trash. That's in our restraining order. And so he
I love your special, Tall, Dark and Pleasant. I'm still going to kill you.
Yeah. And but yeah, so like he'll come by the house every once in a while just with trash in his hand, and then I just kind of. I go, okay, well, that's his one time per day. And then, if we catch him on the video cameras, other than that, we call the cops. But because the jails and like the court system's so backed up during COVID, like he's still not in jail and he's facing, I forget how many, felony counts for like stalking, harassment, and, a deadly assault.
Pete, are you a homeowner?
I am a homeowner. I'm in my home. Yeah.
Oh shit!
I was just gonna say, like, why don't you
fucking move? But I'm
Schmigadoon, an original series from Apple TV Plus.
We're in an actual musical.
Please, God, no.
Starring Cecily Strong, Keegan-Michael Key, Fred Armisen, Dove Cameron, Ahmed Kamil, Kristen Chenoweth,
Ladies, can I get a cackle?
Alan Cumming, Ariana DeBose, Ann Harada, Jane Krakowski, Martin Short, and Aaron Tveit.
We're stuck here forever. We're smart. We found our way out of IKEA. We'll find a way out of here.
Watch Schmigadoon on Apple TV Plus.
Rental.
Here's why you can't move with this guy, because we had another neighbor that he attacked that was a young woman, and she moved to Tennessee, and then he came and stalked her across state lines in Tennessee. So he
should get her new address and give it to him.
Yeah, right.
Just throw her under the bus. He goes, by the way, she said she wanted to see you. All right.
She called, left her number and her address, and was like, "Don't even call, just show up and kiss me."
Oh my
yeah,
God.
so it's like why would I leave the neighborhood if he's just going to find me somewhere else? And luckily. Two more of my neighbors have restraining orders against him. So we basically like triangulated him so that he can't he can't leave his property. Otherwise he's violating like the 100 yards all different ways. It's actually safer to live here than it is to to like move somewhere else where he could legally probably drive in.
I don't know what it's going to do to your psyche. I hope you kill him.
I'll tell you this: you're always going to get my seat at the table at the cellar if you do that,
dude.
Oh my god!
When you walk in, dude, I will move out of the way.
I'm going to move around like a made man. Just
they go, but he doesn't have his gun on him. He goes, dude, I don't know if you heard about the Taekwondo shit on top of it.
How many
this guy's a loose cannon.
How many bodies you got on your head?
Yeah, right.
That's fucking Pete Lee confirmed kill.
Confirmed kill.
Not they were a hot audience. I'm talking about actual.
People will go, how many did he kill? He goes, what fucking difference does it make?
I don't know.
What is it? What does it? Yeah,
goes,
it's
I'm eating wings and I drop one. I go, oh shit. Soul Reaper's here. Get up. Here's your chair.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of guns, but I'd love to load up on an enemy coming through a door.
Well, my question, Pete, is where are his parents? Why? How old is he?
Shoot them.
Okay, so this is literally proof that there's like racial injustice in our system. So he's a rich white kid who his family is like a prominent like white family in California. And he has previously like attacked cops. He kicked out a cop car, and he's still alive. Like
is it Tommy Hilfiger's son?
Oh man! Give us the name off air. Give us the name off air, and we'll write a tell-all article. What you don't know about Jay and I is we go deep in the journalistic sense.
Yeah, his family's very well connected, and they're it's just he really is a like a living example of white privilege, and he's a trust fund kid that he lives in a house that his trust pays for, and he shouldn't even be allowed to live in our neighborhood because he is. So
white.
He's not an owner; he's a renter or he's a tenant of this. And
so can you go above him to his landlord and be like, "This is a problem"?
Well, his landlord is his father, and his landlord his dad has been like giving him legal representation for every single thing that he's done wrong. His dad has been just like bankrolling all of this
because the township would rather that guy than any black family. Black Lou, let's write some fucking letters, dude. Let's get shit going over there. I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, Black Lou. It's I mean, it really is a testament to if you're rich and white, you can get out of anything. Damn. And I'm the first person that hasn't. I think the first person that hasn't signed the agreement. But if you look at his history, he's been getting restraining orders against him since the day he turned 18. And so, like this kid's been a problem for a long time. And
how old is he now?
He's 30. Yeah.
Damn.
And
dozen years of just getting told to stay away.
Yeah.
Stay away.
Why don't you booby trap the outside of your house? That'd be fun.
Yeah, Home Alone him.
I'll be honest with you. You can go online. You can booby trap your house. When this guy comes, you can do the thing where he's like walking up to your window to hit your window, like the hidden where he steps on a rake and it puts a fucking nail through his head or something. That's all legal, dude. That's all legal. Watch Death Wish 3. Watch Death Wish 3.
And then I'll do all that stuff. Honestly, all I want is so he has another trial coming up. I think actually tomorrow is his next court date. But he keeps going to court, and because his family has money and the judge keeps going like, okay, you've had good behavior. You haven't any the police called. You haven't any arrests in over like 3 months. So we're just going to keep going with this. And his family, they've been lying to the court saying that he's been getting psychiatric help, and he like went to they said that he went to an offsite facility and he didn't, and we have confirmation that didn't happen. Damn. And it's one of those things where the courts are just so forgiving for this guy. But I hope that at some point he just gets charged and he has to have a consequence for his behavior. Like, I want it to happen the legal way is what I want.
You want him,
because as of now, this kid and his friends are dominating your ass, dude, right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like, you have a special out right now and it seems like it's consuming your life.
Yeah, I mean, it was for a long time, and I mean, I'm talking about it now because I feel like we're friends and we can go deep and all that stuff.
Sure.
And also, by the way, if he's listening to this, motherfucker, I can legally talk about all of this because I won a court case. So if I would have lost it, I couldn't tell the details of it, but because I won it,
so they try to silence you every opportunity they get because they don't want public knowledge that their son is a active problem and they are just bankrolling it. Yeah.
It's and by the way, the dad has been coming. We have video of him coming around the house, like videotaping and photographing into our windows, which the DA of LA is looking into the dad now because in Article 13 of our criminal defense protection or our criminal defense order is that no one can stalk you on behalf of your stalker. And
Weird.
so the dad has literally like deputized himself to like be creepy to us on behalf of his son. It's
that's
I'm
crazy.
telling you, go out there and axe kick that father in the clavicle.
my
I mean,
God.
start making start to let him know who they're fucking with.
Go get your karate pants on and then just go stand in the front yard.
I mean, dude, train in a window so he sees what you're doing.
He takes out the trash. He's like, what the fuck?
It's like wood and bloody knuckles wood.
Dude, we will hire an old Asian man with long facial hair to stand in the front lawn smoking a pipe going, excellent, Peter. Excellent.
Enter at your own risk, you crazy fuck.
Hey, look who it is. It's the shithouse rat.
Excellent.
I'm taking out my trash. This is legal.
I can take out my trash. He said, I can take out my trash.
Excellent.
You have fucked with the wrong boor.
Dude,
One of my
I
favorite
hope,
things
I'm just
about-
like, oh my God. I'm nervous for you now.
One of my favorite things about the court thing, and like I could literally read. I bought the when you go to court, you can buy a court transcript for like $700, and you have to buy it from the transcript lady. Like it's
You
like
can do that.
her
You can do that
merch.
for Jerry Springer too. Isn't that weird? You can order the
Really?
transcripts of Jerry Springer if you
That's so
want.
crazy.
Or court.
Weird.
So in when the judge was handing him his his sentence and her ruling, I guess I should say, she goes, you're only allowed to leave the house once a day and only to take out the trash. And then he whispers to his lawyer, and his lawyer says to the judge, but what if he wants to go visit his other friends that live in the neighborhood? And like all of us neighbors that were all together, because we went in together on these restraining orders, and they consolidated our hearing, and we're just like shaking our head, and we go, he doesn't have any other friends he doesn't have any friends in the neighborhood. And the judge goes, sir, you do not have any friends in that neighborhood. So a judge told him that he didn't have any friends. That is so funny.
If he tried to lie, he goes, I got tons of friends. He goes, name 3 of them.
Yeah.
Ricky.
Ricky, Gina. Gina's one of the plaintiffs.
Not that Gina.
Yeah, there's a
Gina who?
Gina G.
Gina F. Yeah.
Gina
Yeah.
G.
Gina G.
Dude,
Yeah,
She plays drums.
dude. She goes to a
Yeah,
different school. Fuck.
It's
man,
wild,
that is-
but
I mean,
yeah,
your
it's-
neighbors are your neighbors like welcome? Is this like a welcome to the neighborhood kind of thing where they're like, oh, yeah, it looks like he took to you?
What do you do when you're on the road and like your chick's home by herself?
So I recently went through a breakup, which I agreed with her that I wouldn't talk about her on the air or anything like
Sure.
that. But I can say that I'm now single and I have the house to myself. But
Did you sacrifice her to the wacko guy?
Yeah, I just
Shot her in the leg and kicked her towards him.
I just pushed her into his driveway.
Yeah.
You put her on the thing. You put her on the chain connected to the thing.
Yeah.
Like fed dinosaurs.
She's like, what are you
Princess Leia
doing?
chain.
Yeah, just hang out here for a second. I got to go inside. Click, 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 click.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'm gonna kill you.
I'll kill you.
Wow, man. Well, so is there? I mean, it sucks to go through a breakup, but then there is that relief of she's no longer in the way of harm.
Yeah, I whenever I went on the road, I really worried about her, and she worried about herself. And a lot of times when I was gone, she would actually go stay with friends. And I'd be lying if I said that like this creep didn't contribute to this. Which all right, man, you got to win, man. If you wanted to break us up, you did. But it made for a very not romantic environment. And I have a great house. I literally live on the ocean in the Palisades, and I got a deal on a house. I got a COVID deal of the century, and so it's like a dream neighborhood. And when I moved in, nobody told me about this guy, and then all of a sudden stuff started popping off, and they're like,
who? Scott?
Yeah.
No, he's
he's
great.
Why don't you invite him over, Sally? Don't. Sally, do
No,
not.
you should have him come by. You could do some yard work for you or something.
Maybe make him bring by his famous potato salad.
yeah.
Did they not tell you at all?
They were
Totally
like,
fucking with you.
yeah,
Why
they
don't you
were,
borrow
they were
his
like,
weed whacker?
every couple of years things get really crazy with him, and then they showed me all these documents from the HOA of like complaints against him, and then he started to get creepy real fast, and then I started to look up stuff on the LAcourts.gov.
Would he just like come by your
website.
house? What would he do?
I'd wake up in the middle of the night to go pee, and he'd be sitting on my side porch just tapping his toes. and just looking into my window, and I was like, okay, that's not normal behavior. And
the first time you saw it, did you say something?
The first time I saw it, I was like, hey, dude, what are you doing? Not cool. Leave. Like, that's not okay
was
at
he
all.
like, oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, kind of. And he, when you told him stuff like that, it wasn't his first time. I wasn't the first person that's told him like, "Hey, you're being creepy. Buzz off." Like he has a whole game going.
Yeah.
Like he has like a methodology of how he stalks people. Jesus. And
is he a scary looking guy?
I mean, he's 6'1". He's about 100 and I think 175 pounds, per his driver's license. He's not a small guy, and like I said, he has that like classic school shooter haircut.
Yeah,
and the problem with him, well, I guess legally I can't say what's going on with him mentally, but there's a predatory nature there. That really drives it all, because you can have different you can have different psych issues going on, and you can be a really great person and live a really full life, but if you're also a predator on top of that, that's where the problem lies.
Jeez.
Everybody, future vindicated murderer Pete Lee.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for him to kill this guy.
I mean, this is. Man, you hear
I can laugh
like
at that, but I can't say it. I literally can't say it. I can just laugh.
You just laugh.
You're so silly.
No, you can just laugh for sure. But I'm saying, I hope the first two shots don't put him down. They drop him, but they don't put him down. So you get to lean, so you get to squat over him and give him one of those last things. He goes, "Oh, remember you were saying you wanted to get. Now you're gonna know me on a biblical level."
No, I would just do the walkover. You don't even bend down. You just stand. You go. It was always going to come to this.
Or you could do the first two, just drop them, like maybe in their legs or the stomach or something, and then not even casual, nothing. Like you finish like the last bite of your plum and throw it over your shoulder, and you don't even look. You just shoot down as you walk by them. That's pretty cool too.
Man!
All these things are above board, by the way.
No matter what, after it happens, you have to sigh out and go, "It's finally over.
It's finally over."
And then get ready for him to sit up.
And then you call your ex-girlfriend. You go, "He's gone.
It's over.
It's over.
It's done.
The coast is clear. It's
done.
Time to come back." I call her like John Wick wishes he could have called his dog.
Welcome home.
Come on home, pup.
Yeah, it's
I don't think you
wild.
smoke cigarettes at all, Pete, but I'll tell you what, after you kill a man, you got to sit outside on your front porch and smoke a cigarette while you wait for the cops. And just when they come, because the cigarette's the best thing to have in your hand when you go back there.
Yeah.
And then you go check out the body.
It's I will definitely maybe I should go out and buy a pack. Well, no, because even if I did that per your suggestion, that would be premeditated, which I'm not. Yes. I'm not premeditating anything. And
no, but next time you see somebody smoking, bum a cigarette. Just keep that one around. You only need one.
Just keep it around. Keep it around.
Man,
keep one around.
I hope.
Doesn't matter if it's stale. You only need it for when you hear the sirens. Light it up so you can get to do that.
Or
so
even when you see the blue,
you don't even care. It goes
even before you can hear the sirens. If you see the blue and reds flickering,
spark it up.
I see cherries and blueberries. This guy has attacked so many people that when you call 911 and you say his name on 911, they can't show up with less than 6 officers that are in armored riot gear because he's hurt an officer before, and our HOA is still allowing him to live here.
I thought it was insane? More like. I thought you were going to say when you called 911, they go, "If this is an emergency, press 1. If this is about Billy Thompson, press 2.
Hey, if Colin is bugging you, hit 7. Beep! Is he in your house or outside of your house? Okay, I'm at a dinner right now. I'll get right back to you. If he's out of your house, if he's in the front yard, I don't know.
We got to wrap it up. We always got to wrap this up.
Pete Lee's new special out on Showtime right now, Tall, Dark, and Pleasant. Pete, I seriously hope that this issue gets resolved legally and you're okay and you can sleep well at night. Check him out on the road.
Yeah.
Go to visit PeteLee.net.
Watch my special while I'm still alive. That's what this could be my La Bamba.
Get it at ground level. Get it at ground level. Don't jump on. Don't jump on the horse afterwards. I was there when he was alive.
I knew him.
Yes.
I knew him in the flesh.
DanSoder.com, BigJComedy.com. I'll be in Spokane this weekend. Dan's going to be in Addison.
I'll be in Dallas, Texas.
I'm going to be at the La Jolla Comedy Store this weekend, 16th through the 18th, and follow me on Instagram at Pete Lee. Tour dates, PeteLee.net.
Boom. We love it. Thanks for coming on, dude.
Enjoy the show tomorrow. We'll catch you guys live on Monday.
Ta-ta.
You've been listening to SiriusXM's Bonfire. New episodes every Tuesday through Friday mornings and full shows always on SiriusXM.